And welcome, everybody, to Lyndhurst Community News. Today is Wednesday, May 15th. This is episode 56. And I'm Brian Haggerty, and here's what's happening around our community this week. But before we start, remember to email any news from your club, school, organization, church, or sport, as well as birthdays and anniversaries of note to lyndhurstcommunitynews@gmail.com, and we are happy to report on it here each week for you. Okay, so we've got a bunch of things to get into. Let's see what's going on this week. So the Lyndhurst Police Department, on behalf of the Lyndhurst Municipal Alliance, is pleased to invite you to an open house this Thursday, May 23rd, which of course is next week from here. That'll be at 6:30 at the Lyndhurst Middle School. Now, the goal is to open the doors and the dialogue with regard to mental illness. This is in an effort to end the stigma which keeps far too many people from seeking the help that they need. Now, there will be a guest speaker there who will discuss the journey of living with mental illness, as well as sharing support programs for individuals and their families. So come on out and learn from professionals who will also be in attendance to address any questions and concerns that you may have. Now, this event is free, and a light dinner will be served. So that's next week, May 23rd at the middle school, 6:30. And last week, which was now for the 13th consecutive year, officers from the Lyndhurst Police Department joined fellow officers and survivors from across the nation and around the world in the annual Police Unity Tour, which converged on the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. Now, the tour lasted 4 days and 300 miles. Starting from New Jersey, all was done on bicycles, but they were also escorted with police motorcycles who were supporting the 2,200 riders. Now, the Lyndhurst Police Department is proud to continue their representation in this very worthy cause, and they will continue to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And the Health Department is having its biannual blood screening on Monday, June 3rd, with appointments beginning from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., which will be at the Lyndhurst Health Department. Now, this blood screening will include a chemistry profile, lipid profile, CBC with differential, and thyroid level. The service is available to Lyndhurst residents over the age of 18 for a fee of $27. Payments can be submitted in cash or checks made payable to Centers Laboratory. Now, pre-registration is required, and appointments can be made by calling 201-804-2500. That's 201-804-2500, and that's Monday, June 3rd, blood screening at the Lyndhurst Health Department. Now, in sports, not too much to report this week. The Bears did beat Weehawken Indians 5-0. But also, we want to congratulate, for lacrosse, Matt Bronco. He became the first Lyndhurst High School lacrosse player to record 100 career points. So congratulations, Matt. And remember, lacrosse is still new to Lyndhurst. So the team was begun with children, basically. And then each year, as they became older, now all of a sudden we have a varsity team. So I'm sure Matt is one of the very first to break that or to make that record, which, of course, there'll be many afterwards to tie or break it. So good luck to the lacrosse team. By the way, they've been having a great season. And on May 18th, Saturday, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Lyndhurst Public Library is going to be having a new art display, and there will be an opening reception. They will be featuring artists from the Art Association of Rutherford, and light refreshments will be served. So if you like art, go on down to the library this Saturday, May 18th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And also this weekend, if you're looking for things to do around town, once again, the Lyndhurst United Methodist Church, which is located at 250 Stuyvesant Avenue, is going to be having a thrift sale. There's going to be lots of fabulous bargains on clothing, both, of course, women's, men's, as well as children's. Household goods will be there, such as linens, kitchen equipment, small appliances, dishes, and glassware, as well as small furniture and more. Now, most of these items are going to be $1 or less, so that's a heck of a bargain, folks. So that's going to be, again, this Saturday. That's going to be from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And please enter the site of the church off of Tontine Avenue. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Deb Sieger at 201-951-0900. You could also send her a text as well. And this Sunday, if you want to get out and take the kids out for waffles and ice cream and fried chicken, well, the place to bring them will be the American Legion Post 139 because they're having a scholarship waffle brunch this weekend. Now, normally we have breakfasts, but we've had some new volunteers step up who said we'd like to try something different. So this is going to be, I think, an easy way to get the kids to come along because who's not going to want to have ice cream? Now, this goes from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and as usual, you can dine in or take it out, but you better hurry up before that ice cream melts. And so don't forget, it will be waffles, ice cream, and fried chicken. Now, all proceeds benefit American Legion scholarships, and the cost will be $10 per person, and as always, there will be a 50-50 there if anybody would like to take a chance. Now, in case you missed it, I did release a special episode the other day in which former Mayor Lou Stellato, who is the current new chairman of the Lyndhurst Redevelopment Agency, went into depth about what the agency is all about, what they're seeking to do, and how they want as much community participation in this process as possible. So if you missed that, just go to our YouTube channel, and you'll find it there. It was released, I believe, on Monday morning. And this is a process that's going to take a great many years, and it's going to be very important as we decide the future direction that this township will take in terms of development. And we're all very much familiar with the issues that we have with our affordable housing units that by law are mandated in every community. We're no different. And so this is probably a good attempt at how to mitigate that and manage that for the best way possible. So former Mayor Stellato would like everyone's participation and interesting ideas, whatever you may have. They have been meeting with many groups and organizations, and if yours is interested in having them come to meet with your members, reach out to the mayor's office and let them know, and they will arrange it for you. So that was put up on Monday, so just go check that out. Always very important information, and important that everybody is aware of and stays informed of what's going on in town. Still no updates on any of the developments. I do know that the Vivo property on Valley Brook Avenue permits were taken out to demolish the home there on the corner that is adjacent to the property, but no other information and no application or no news yet has come up. So not sure what's going on there, folks. As soon as we have something that we can report, I will let you know. And it also appears that the work on Delafield Avenue by the new train station is coming along and probably coming to an end. So hopefully that will open up that major artery again, which will make it much easier for people who are trying to get back and forth through that section of town. Now, one interesting thing of note that former Mayor Stellato did reveal in the special that we did is that New Jersey Transit will be closing down the Kingsland train station on Ridge Road. I know that's going to be difficult for many people, especially people in this section of town, meaning the eastern section of town, who use the Kingsland station. Now, that decision was made by New Jersey Transit. The township has no authority over that. The reason being is that transit wants to be able to say that you can get to New York City in fewer than 20 minutes from Lyndhurst. Now, this new train station is beautiful, and again, it was not paid for by Lyndhurst dollars, but rather through a combination of state and federal dollars through transit. It's beautiful, it's handicapped accessible, and I think it's going to be a great boon for the community and for that, especially for that area of town. It's a wonderful addition, and we are very grateful to have it because, after all, we have not had handicapped accessibility here in the township at any of our train stations. Now we will, and that's a good thing. Because even if you're not necessarily handicapped, maybe you're older. And, it's very difficult to pull yourself up into those trains. So now, luckily, there will be a platform there, and you will be able to walk right into the train, as well as use the elevator to get up to that platform. So that's good news, and we're very happy about that. And finally, some very, very sad news from the Lyndhurst Police Department this week. And I will read this official statement that was released by Chief Jarvis from the Lyndhurst Police Department. It is with profound sadness that Chief Richard Jarvis announces the untimely passing of retired Lieutenant Mike Falaise, whose badge number was 088. Lieutenant Falaise was a highly dedicated member to our department in his tenure. Lieutenant Falaise started his law enforcement career with the Bergen County Sheriff's Office in 1998, prior to transferring to the Lyndhurst Police Department in August of 1999. Lieutenant Falaise was highly committed to assisting and mentoring countless officers within our agency, as well as around the county, specializing in physical fitness for police recruits. And Lieutenant Falaise was also a member of the Lyndhurst Police Honor Guard and Emergency Response Team, and he served in both the Patrol Division and Criminal Investigations Division. Lieutenant Falaise dedicated countless volunteer hours through his retirement with the Special Olympics of New Jersey and advocating for officer resiliency. Lieutenant Falaise will be missed by all. He was 58 years old. In fact, today is his funeral. This morning was his funeral. And police from agencies all across the state police, county, as well as all municipalities, many of whom came from miles away, hours away, to pay tribute to the lieutenant as he was laid to rest by his fellow officers. Again, our condolences to Lieutenant Falaise, to his family, and his children. And that's pretty much the news for this week. This weekend coming up as well will be the Lyndhurst Fire Department's Chiefs Night, swearing in and dinner. A new chief and 2 new assistant chiefs will be sworn in, followed by a gala at the Lyndhurst Senior Building at 250 Cleveland Avenue. And remember, as I always say, folks, we have a volunteer fire department in this town. We're not sure how much longer that's even going to be possible. It is very difficult to get volunteers, and also the training and the schooling that is necessary is becoming quite a burden. So please recognize our volunteers. Don't forget them. And they always remind me to tell you every week, as you who are regular listeners hear me say, make sure you check the batteries on your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide detectors, because they save lives. And don't forget, too, we also have, in addition to a daytime paid emergency EMTs during the day, we also have volunteer EMTs who work for the Lyndhurst Emergency Squad overnight. So we have loads of volunteers who give of themselves selflessly to this community to save our lives and to save our property. So as we say every week, a community is not its houses or buildings or roads. A community is definitely its people. That's why it's important to get out there and get to know your neighbors. Checking in on your elderly neighbors, picking up things from the store for them. Keeping and making Lyndhurst the wonderful community it always has been. There's so many new residents in town, and we'd like you all to know everyone else in your community, know about your community, take an interest in it, because after all, we all live here together. So until next week, this is Brian Haggerty wishing you well. Have a great weekend. God bless you all, and God bless our township.